So let's do a stream. We haven't done a stream in a while. We are only streaming to Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok today. No Facebook, no Twitter, no LinkedIn. And the reason is I just found out Restream, which is what I use to multi-stream, reduced like the tier of the account that I'm at. It reduced it to I can only have 2 concurrent streams, which is wild. But I'll sort that out after. So it's an exclusive today, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. What are we working on? We're working on a party app. It's called Welephant. This is a multi-part series. Here's the open source GitHub repository. Yeah, so visit my YouTube channel, and I've had several videos going like on this in the past. It's been a while. It's been, I guess, if this is correct, August is the last time that I pushed. And I'm building this for my mom. So we're gonna have a Christmas celebration. And everyone needs to get each other gifts, but I don't want to talk to my sister and be like, hey, what do you want? And then she knows that I'm getting her something that she told me. We want it to be a surprise, a white elephant wishlist and party app. And so that's what this tool does, is it allows us all to say what we want. And then other people can find out what I want, but it's indirect. So they don't know that I looked up on them, etc. So we'll get into this quickly. Let me quickly show off my latterly.teachable.com if you want to learn how to code. This is like how I fund my side project of dedicating time and effort to my open source projects. And yeah, so latterly.teachable.io is where you can go for a free course or sign up to have a call with me for a personally tailored and customized, way better course that is not free. The consultation is free, but the one-on-one coaching is not free. Cool. So let's open up VS Code. I think one of the first things we're going to do, I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but it's been so long that I probably my version of Blitz.js that I'm using. So let's go over to the Blitz.js website. We should probably look at the GitHub, but we'll look at the website first. Missing toolkit. This is Blitz.js toolkit that I recommend. Built on top of Next.js Act. Okay, so now we go to the GitHub and see the latest version. 2.0 beta 12 released 3 days ago. And what version do I have? Let's go over to VS Code and compare. Package.json, Blitz 2.0 beta 2, right? Cool, so pretty big difference there. I don't know if it's enough of a difference. I don't know what all is included. It's still a beta, so I'm not gonna bother right now, actually. When it comes out of beta, I'll probably do one where I basically integrate the new framework version. But for now, I think we'll leave it alone. Unless you drop me a comment. If you drop me a comment and you're like, hey, actually there's a really cool feature in the beta subversion 6 or something, then we can pivot. But as far as I know, that's not the best use of my time. So this next step would be, let's get this build working. It looks like at some point I ran the build and it wasn't working. Oh, I think it's because the database connection. Yeah. So we go over to Supabase. I think we're using Supabase. Need to make sure that my project is active. So we'll sign in with GitHub. Supabase has free Postgres databases that you can use for your personal projects. Really great. But they put them into this paused mode after a while of not being used, which the more I think about it, the more I'm kind of like, maybe we should be using Elephant SQL. Because the pause thing is super annoying, actually. If I am creating a portfolio that relies on a database, that portfolio application may not be frequently used, right? And so if my database goes into a paused state, the application will stop working. And then someone checks my resume, they check my portfolio, and it appears that it doesn't work. That's like pretty lame. But I think Welephant SQL has a forever free tier. So let's maybe switch over here. So I already have an instance for Welephant. I don't know if I'm pointing at this currently. Let's go check it out. And you can see Amazon Web Services. So Welephant SQL is on top of AWS, technically. I'm going to take this off screen and look at my database secret to see whether it is, maybe this part isn't really secret. Yeah, this part should tell me enough whether it's I'm using the Supabase or not. I am not using Welephant SQL. I am using Supabase. Okay. What I want to do is just connect to one of them and then switch. So let's, even though we're like not hot on Supabase right now, let's spin it up because that was like not well. What does that mean? Like not Welephant? Oh, because it wasn't going well? I think I left myself a joke. What's your project? It's this is the project. It is a white elephant wishlist party tool. And if you don't know what a white elephant gift exchange is, check the README. There's a Wikipedia page. It's like a gift exchange practice where it's kind of anonymous. Are you streaming on Twitch? Yes, I am. If you go over to YouTube or Twitch, you'll be able to see the whole screen. I appreciate the likes, up to 300 likes on TikTok. So I appreciate the love on TikTok, but if you want to see the whole screen, hit me up on YouTube or Twitch. And if you're on YouTube or Twitch, thanks for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share with your 2 neighbors, your best friend, and all of your immediate family members and extended family members. Okay. I'm assuming this not well thing is the correct project. We'll try it. If it doesn't work, I'll trash this project and we'll just go over to Welephant SQL without, yeah, this format is way better than TikTok. Yeah, for sure. Some people on TikTok are able to like stream their desktop to TikTok. I don't have that permission in the app yet. So follow me on TikTok. Let's get me 1 billion followers, and then TikTok will let me do that as well because it's pretty jank at the moment. At the moment, I'm just using like my iPhone camera, which captures like half my screen. Restoration in progress can take a few minutes to several hours. This will not take hours because I have a small database. This should take less than 3 minutes. Local Economic Forum says how. I don't know what you're referring to when you say how. So please clarify. In the meantime, I will go ahead and try to connect to this. I'm going to copy it to my clipboard. Go over to, this is the env.test. This is not a secret, but you can see on the left, env.test is white letters. env.local is grayed, as is env.test.local, because these grayed files contain true secret values, which I would not, I mean, this is like a toy project, so it's not a big deal, but as a practice, I wouldn't want to show this on the stream. So I'm going to drag this off screen. But let me show you what I'm doing first with this fake value. So what I'm doing over here is this is going to say like at supabase.io, and I'm literally going to comment that like this, and I'm going to do at Welephant SQL. .com or whatever it is. I don't actually know what it is. So that is, and then I'm going to paste this value, which you can partially read. So this is the connection URL for Welephant SQL instance. And by the time I explained that, the Supabase one is up. Okay, so let's try the Supabase one first. Is that Jumbie Lee? Jumbie Lee, thank you for being here. So in the Supabase GUI, I want to head over to, I always forget where this is. It's either under database or under settings. What are your thoughts on the serverless architecture? I love it. It's my favorite architecture. Actually, this Welephant application currently follows the serverless architecture because that's all we use at AWS. I worked at AWS. Trust me, I know. Lambda all the way, right? Yeah. Although my current job is like not about it. They're like Kubernetes, and that's fine. Just wondering what other people think about it. It's great. Serverless is great. Function as a service. It's a really great mental model too, because if you test your function, you've tested your component. Like there's no need for a different layer of component testing versus unit testing, which is super awesome. And it's easy to mock. It's easy to spin up like a pseudo end-to-end testing, like which is really convenient. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and test Supabase first, and it's under settings or database. This is where I delete it. I don't want to delete it just yet. Yep, there's my connection string. So this is my connection string. I guess I can just test. I'm not sure if the string has actually changed. So I guess I can just test without changing any of the values. Or let me compare the value real quick. 1 second. Yeah, it's the same value. Okay, that's using the pooling port, but other than that, it's the same value. Okay, so I should be able to just connect. So Blitz, let's make sure you're live, Blitz version. What do you think of TypeScript? It's my favorite language. I'm currently using TypeScript in the application in front of us. Although at my day job, I'm using Ruby and Python. And I've used a bunch of languages over time, but TypeScript remains my favorite. Okay, so Blitz is alive, so let's Blitz Prisma Studio, if I remember that correctly. Yeah. It says there are no rows, which might be true. Sergey, good to see you. What are you building? I'm working on Welephant, a white elephant party tool. So github.com/Vanderveer/Welephant. If you don't know what a white elephant gift exchange is, check the README. Let's add a record, maybe. I don't know if this will work. I think I had some wish list items. So I guess my database got wiped. Let me go look. Here's user table, user@example.com. Is that the one I made? I don't know. Okay, so I will stop the studio. So the connection seemed fine. Let me Blitz, what is it? Blitz start. So here's the local host. What Next.js, is Supabase the same as Firebase? No, Supabase is technically a Postgres instance. So it's built with open source tools. It's better than Firebase, much, much better than Firebase. Next.js question mark. Next.js is great. Blitz, which I'm using, is built on top of Next.js. Okay, could not find a production build. Okay, so it should be Blitz dev to run the dev server. So I guess Blitz start is expecting a production build, which I don't locally have. Thank you for the questions. What is this person's name? The officially real me. That's hilarious. Hilarious name. I got a bunch of dust on my secondary monitor. That's jank. Cool. All right, so here's the app. The app's loaded up. It's looking kind of like a Blitz boilerplate. So let's sign up. I will use john@ladderly.io. Feel free to email me there. That's a real email address. Thoughts on AWS Lambda? It's amazing. Lambda is one of my favorite infrastructure tools. Password: foo bar 123. Wait. Exclamation point. Period. You see I'm already logged in. Now let's verify in the Supabase instance the user record was created. john@ladderly.io. So we've verified database connectivity. Now what I want to do is log out, stop the application, and switch over to Welephant SQL. So I don't have to do this reviving my Supabase instance, which depending on your use case might be fine. But like I said, as a portfolio tool, we don't want an instance that's going to just go down. It's not a good look. Thank you for the follow. Do you use env file for API keys? If so, how do you upload them to hosting server? Yes, I do. So you can see in front of us is an env test file. This is a fake URL. That's why I'm not worried about showing it to you. You can see just to the right is a grayed out file. That's a true secret. That's like a production secret, and I'm not showing you that, right? And similarly on the left, basically the .env is a template file. It shows you the variables that I'm expecting you to define. And then the .env.local is my filled out template. So there's only one variable at the moment, which is the database connection URL. But I copy this, rename it to this, fill it out. Same with the test. Copy this, rename it to this, fill it out. So this is following the env variable pattern. How do we upload it to the host? I'm using Vercel. With Vercel, Netlify, and similar tools, it's really intuitive. You just go into the host itself and enter them in. So here we're on the Vercel GUI. If I go to the source tab, no, let's see, which tab is it? It's the deployment tab. It's the project page, wherever that is. Okay, so I'm on the deployment page, but I want to go to the project page. So here's the, this is still the deployment page, Welephant, and now I'm on the project page. You see this is the Welephant project on my hosting service, Vercel. And there's settings for this, yeah. You see the settings from this page. This settings will let you get to the environment variables, and that's how you do it. So you can see here I've added database URL. Now this previous deployment is busted, and I'm suspecting one of the reasons is it was using, I guess I didn't spell this out, I'm suspecting it was using like Supabase when Supabase was turned down. So like that won't work, right? So I'm transferring over to Welephant SQL now. Sergey says, Matt, let me answer these in order. MadXXX Hatter. Bruh, I might have to migrate over to Supabase. It's so much cheaper than using Postgres on GCP. Get off GCP. Get off AWS. Those are for companies. Those are for commercial. For like big companies, even small companies, it doesn't make sense to use them. It certainly does not make sense to use them for your hobby projects. They do not have real free tiers. They have fake free tiers. They are the, here's the first hit is for free. You're going to forget your subscription is on. You're going to wait. You're going to leave an EC2 on, and you're going to go broke because you forgot your EC2 was on. So use Supabase, use Welephant SQL. There are other tools too. If you follow my TikTok, I've done videos with like, what tools should you use? There's hella free tools. GCP, AWS, Azure, the big cloud providers, those are not really free tools, and they're not good candidates for a portfolio, hosting your personal dev portfolio, which should be hosted free. There's no reason for you to pay for that. Cool, great comment though. Sergey says, quick question. Would you create courses on YouTube in the future, or do you have any plans? The answer is yes. The answer is I just need like an incentive to do it. If like no one has watched, so I've actually started courses on YouTube. If you go to latterly.teachable.com, if you like sign up and if you like look in the course is like every like course is a YouTube video of mine. It just points to YouTube videos. And you can also go directly to my YouTube if you want. The curriculum is also open source. You can go to my GitHub and read the curriculum as text if you want. The pain point with going to YouTube is you'll have to like scroll through all my videos, and not all of my videos are for teaching, right? Like I do streams like I'm currently doing all the time. So I would encourage you to go to latterly.teachable.com, which will ultimately direct you to YouTube anyway, but it will like direct you to like the right YouTube videos. Does that make sense? If you would like to see more, all you got to do is just get me more support. You can pay me, you can crowdfund me, you can share my video with your friends and have them like and subscribe. It's a lot of effort, and like I have a lot of things that I'm doing in my life. So to set aside time to work on a course, I do that. But if you would like me to do more of that, I just need some like more incentive basically. Can you add API keys to GitHub secrets? I'm not sure. GitHub secrets, where am I just skipping that in my brain? Where even are, I'm not familiar with a place where you can put GitHub secrets. I know that GitHub will provide secrets to you. That's different. It's not the same. I'm hosting in Firebase and I have API key issues. I have them env and env is listed in git ignore. So my API keys from Google Geocode isn't syncing. Feel free to set up a call with me. This is like a very simple problem what you're dealing with. You're not supposed to upload your secrets into GitHub. I think that's the mistake you're making. That's dangerous because other people can see your code and they'll hack you. So you're supposed to transmit those secrets other ways, and GCP certainly has other ways to do that. Cool, some good comments and questions. Let's resume with this. So I got this on my clipboard. Take this off screen. And like I said, I'm just commenting out the previous values so that I don't lose track of it. So if I ever want to go back to Supabase, it will be there. Because Supabase has some really cool features, right? And at some point I may want to take advantage of them. But at the moment, I just want the basic SQL as a service, which is offered by Welephant SQL in some ways that are nicer. Basically because it's persistent, they don't spin me down. Supabase also will not spin you down if you pay them money, but I'm trying to do this for free at the moment. Mad XXX Hatter says GCP Secret Manager. Bingo, that is the main solution in GCP, correct. Cool, so now, let me also copy this. Yeah, we're already good. I'm already good. So now, let's try and run the app again, connected to Welephant this time. So what do we expect? Before we do anything, let's set the expectation. I see your comment about the GitHub secrets. I'll get to that in a second. I could be wrong. I don't think that's for putting secrets. I think that's for getting your GitHub secrets. But I'll double check that in a second. For now, I want to remind us that when we are doing any implementation, we want to have the end goal in mind first. we implement, and then we can verify, right? So this is kind of like TDD, except that it's just TDD in your brain. You don't have to actually type it all out and write unit tests and stuff. So what am I expecting? What I expect is that when I start up this app, the user that I previously created, john@latterly.io, that user will not exist. Why do I expect that? Because I'm switching my data source. So that data record should be saved into Supabase. It should not exist in Welephant SQL. So I'm expecting two things. One, the app comes up correctly. I'm able to use it. And then two, if I try to log in as that user, it will fail. If I sign up as that user or any other user, that will succeed. And then I will view Welephant SQL and see that record show up after the sign up. So it will not reject me saying that user already exists. Cool. With those in mind, let's close my secrets, bring the VS Code in front of us, and kick off. So Blitz dev, just like we just did last time. The officially real me, thank you for the follow. Okay, so we spun up. Control click in VS Code, it will bring it up here in the UI. So the app came up properly. I am not signed in. Let me try to log in. John@latterly.io. What did we say? We said foo bar 123 exclamation point. Credentials are invalid. Login failed. That's a good thing. We expected that. You see? Sometimes errors are good things. If you don't expect it, it'll freak you out. But if you think about it ahead of time and you're expecting it, it's actually a really green flag. And that's a confidence issue I see with newer developers is they'll see an error and they'll go, oh no, when actually the error could be a green flag. So now let's try to sign up. Almost to 2,000 likes on TikTok. Thank you so much. Quick reminder, if you go over to Twitch or YouTube, you can see the screen much better. The officially real me, not at all. Thank you for answering my questions. Been stuck on this for days. Okay, I'll get to the secrets thing in 1 second. So I'm gonna create this user. Foo bar. Let's do 1, 1, 2, 3 Fibonacci style, just so it's distinct. And then we'll do the exclamation point. You can see I'm automatically logged in. My user ID is 1, which is important because this means that it is the first created user in the database, which is continuing to pile up evidence that this is an Welephant SQL connection. This is the first Welephant SQL user. We had 2 Supabase users. We had 0 Welephant SQL users. Now we have 1. So we're already at high confidence this is working, but just to put the nail in the coffin, as it were, let's go over to the Welephant SQL GUI. And we will go to the, we'll write some raw SQL over here to confirm. Where is that? Is it under browser? I guess it's under browser. Yeah. And you see it lets you put in a SQL query that's going to run directly on that instance. And what I want to do is I just want to like select everything from users. I don't know if it might be user. I think it's user. No, this is not what I expect. This is like my Postgres user. I want to see my application users. Okay, let's list all tables. What? Select all from public.user? Hold up, how is that different than what I did? Because it's public.user, and so I said user. This is going to give me the SQL user, and they said public.user. Oh, is it just because the double quotes? You can tell my SQL is rusty. Relation public.user does not exist. And what did they say? Man, they are so picky. They are so picky. Public has to be lowercase, user has to be uppercase. Okay. Anyway, there is the John@latterly.io that I just created, updated at this timestamp. You can see that's like, it just happened a minute ago. Awesome. And that's why we have ORMs, so I don't have to deal with raw SQL. Yep, lowercase. Thanks, Yuri. Let's get to, oh, and big shout out to 123BPVH, who's thrown a lot of likes on the video. I really appreciate that. We're almost at 3,000. Thank you. So let's get to this GitHub repo settings secrets. Oh, see, this is slightly different than I was thinking. So I was thinking of GitHub settings secrets. So here's the GitHub settings. And then I don't even know if there is something that says secrets over here. There's one for like security, yeah, and there's one for SSH keys. And this is what I'm thinking of mainly. When I think of GitHub secrets, I'm thinking of my SSH key mainly. But this is not what the officially real me was talking about. And so they might be onto something. So let's open up the settings. Now we come over here and there's the secrets tab. Cool, look at this. Actions and depend upon. Okay. Okay, so these are for GitHub actions. You can put a secret here, but it's only going to be exposed to GitHub actions. So earlier you had some question about like GCP cannot see my secret, and it's like that's true because those are like, they don't talk to each other. So there's GitHub Actions over here that's owned by Microsoft. It has its own server, it has its own environment, and there's GCP is owned by Google. They're different environments. Now, there are ways to send information between them. So you could use a GitHub action to send information to GCP, but you would need to set that up. It's not like automatic. So it is not automatic that putting secrets here in GitHub, GCP is going to be aware of them. That's just not automatic. If you want to do it that way, that is possible. You would need to have a GitHub action that behaves appropriately, basically. I would think the easier, and I would still think the best practice is to use GCP Secret Manager. Like, you want GCP to be aware of the secret. That's the best practice for getting that information to GCP is put it in the Secret Manager. There's nothing inherently wrong with using a GitHub action. It's just that that is what would be called a non-standard workflow. And why is it non-standard? It's just because like the majority of people using GCP are not using GitHub actions. Like that's, it's not even a bad workflow. It's just like the majority of people using GCP are not doing that. So it's not it's not the standard basically. I see, thanks for explaining that. Very welcome, great question. 10K is the target. I'm loving that. Let's go. Also, Yuri points out that secrets can exist on an org level, a GitHub org level, if you don't want to repeat them per repo. That is an excellent point. Thanks for calling that out, Yuri. Thanks for being here. Okay, quick reminder, if you go to YouTube or Twitch, just search my same username, John Vandeveer, and you can see the full screen and my mid face with the big nose on it. Okay. So what did we confirm? We confirmed that we're hooked up to Welephant SQL now, and in theory, so now that I have this secret working locally, I want to use the same secret to make sure that I can run my tests. Okay, so I'm killing my dev server on Windows Control-C. The command line, the terminal is sticking momentarily. It takes a bit to process. It's just like terrible Windows-ness for you. I'm using git bash on Windows, so the thing sticks. But in a moment, we'll see that the shell returns, and basically the server will have halted. Then we're going to run our tests, and we're going to confirm that tests are working correctly. When that succeeds, we will take the Welephant SQL secret and put it in Vercel, and then hopefully that allows the build to succeed. While I'm waiting for the terminal to unstick, I'm going to double check the Vercel build that failed previously. So let's close Supabase. Let's close this Prisma Studio. I only need one of these 2 tabs. And it says failed to fetch, which means the server is now shut down. You can see the shell has returned. Okay. So we can blitz, I don't know if it's blitz test, I'm just kind of guessing. Cannot find module test. Okay, let me look in my package JSON, which defines the tasks. Well, it is test. I guess it's just not blitz test. So let me, what am I using? Do I have a package.json lock or do I have a yarn lock? You should only have one. It's a red flag if your repo has both. So I have a yarn lock, which means that I'm basically using yarn for my package management. So I will yarn test. And then you can see it falls through to the jest command, and that is what we expect. This is all correct. Cool. So I'm hoping those pass. If not, we'll fix whatever happens. While those run, let's go check the Vercel build. And let's just try to see, so this is an old failure from like back in August, 58 days ago, like back in August. I'm not really going to remember what I was doing at the time, will I? But let's see if we can read the logs and understand why it failed. So resolving packages succeeded, fetching, linking all succeeded. We get some warnings, no big deal. Building fresh, Prisma generate or true, environment variables loaded. So it appeared, and then here's the check mark. So Prisma generation succeeded. That's great news. Husky is being installed and then being run. Blitz, and it looks like Husky succeeded. Blitz build. So now we're building the package. Next.js successfully patched with a React suspense fix. Yep, that was a thing that happened. I remember that. Like suspense was having a problem. Fine. And here's the issue. Failed to compile at this step. Linting and checking of validity types. Ooh. So this failed on a type checking error. Fine. Cool. All right. Let's do it. Object is possibly undefined. Labeled field.tsx. Let's go check it out. I'm going to Control-P, Control-V. Labeled field, you can see I have the same component in multiple projects. We're going to pick the project for Welephant, enter. And I'm scanning quickly for the same lint error, and I don't see any red squiggle marks. I'm not getting a visual feedback. Let's double check the line. So array is array. Object is possibly undefined. By the way, this is not true. Array is array. If that returns true on this ternary, errors will never be undefined. Errors will never be undefined. Okay, so the type inference is kind of failing there, but that's fine. Just add a question mark. We haven't actually located the line of code that's causing the issue yet. Okay, here it is. So it looks as though I've already updated this code. We shouldn't any type this error. We shouldn't any type this error. Yeah, so it looks as though I've already updated this code and addressed the type issue. So I've already addressed the type issue. I imagine if we don't any type, then we can reproduce the type inference failure. Yeah. So this is what the build, this is what the build is complaining about. So we basically reproduced the issue and it was already fixed. I don't know, I guess after I fixed it, I was just like done or something. I got busy. So one option appears to be we could just push. Maybe I'm like not looking at the latest build job or something. Merge pull request. Let me git branch and ensure which branch I'm on. Git branch. I can already see 3 fixed CI broken type. 3 fixed CI broken type. Pull requests closed. Fixed CI broken type was merged. We can see the green, there's a green check mark. Green check mark here indicating the build, the deployment passed and the build worked and everything. And then it works here. So I might have just been looking Y'all, I might have just been looking at like I might have just been looking at like an old deployment. So let's go to the Welephant and make sure we're looking at the latest deployment. Okay, so we can see basically the deployment was failing and then I fixed it. So I already fixed it. Okay. So this is the current. You can see it says current. Why array and not a list? Because JavaScript. Because JavaScript. Those are the same in JavaScript. So like if you're a Java developer or like a C developer or like some other languages, those will be distinct types. But in JavaScript, the array and the list are the same type. Good question. All right. So let's go check prod. Prod should be failing. Again, let's define our expectation before we execute anything. We expect prod to be failing. Why? Because, actually it might not be failing. I expected prod to be failing because we switched over to Elephant SQL. However, if prod is still pointing to Supabase, we already resuscitated Supabase. So what I can say is this, is that if prod is running, I should be able to log in as john@ladderly.io using the non-Fibonacci password, which is the password that I used when I created it on the Supabase connection. Does that make sense? Are we tracking? 123 BPVH says, thanks, you're very welcome. Very welcome, glad to see you here. Okay, so I'm gonna click the project page. Production deployment is available. Domain welephant.forsell.app, we're clicking it, it's up and running, and then it quickly self-errored. Ooh. Minified React error. Okay, it's all coming back to me. So this is why I stopped coding last time. I should make a habit of like watching the last 15 minutes of my own last stream before I start a new stream. This is a Blitz problem. And I was doing a really early version 002 of the beta. Yeah. So I think I need to upgrade my Blitz version. Let's double check the Blitz GitHub. How to find work as a junior. That is a complicated discussion, my friend. Go to if you're on TikTok, go to my bio, click the link in my bio and sign up for a 30-minute call with me and we can talk about it. Getting a job is like not something you can like describe in like 5 minutes. It's its whole own skill set. That would be like you asked me to say like, teach me how to code. Like, okay, I can teach you part of how to code, but I can't tell you in like 5 minutes like how to code. It's gonna take a lot more than that. I could point you to like the open source curriculum where I discuss this, so I'll do that quickly. And that is Ladderly. So I showed you earlier in the stream, ladderly.teachable.com, which is the website, but the website uses an open source curriculum. So you can go to my GitHub, Vanderveer, and then the Ladderly slides. It's pinned right up top. And so you want to learn how to get a job? I mean, this will tell you if you do all the stuff in here. But it's a lot to digest there, so maybe we should have a call. Okay, so what I'm checking here is I'm double checking if I created an, oh, they're doing Hacktoberfest. Maybe I want to do that. Hacktoberfest is amazing, and y'all should consider contributing to Hacktoberfest. Cool. Blitz install error in new JavaScript Blitz project. They're using Material UI. Okay, that doesn't impact me. So I'm going to search for my name. Write test for generator classes. That's still a thing. Let me also look at the closed. Cool. So alpha version fails. So it looks like all of the issues were basically, all the issues that I filed are basically resolved. There's still the issue to write generator tests, write tests for generator classes. That should not block runtime though. So this is just giving additional evidence to my, my thinking that we should upgrade. I'm a little antsy about upgrading to the latest 3 days ago because of the report that there's an install error. And this is very recent, which makes me think it might be like the new one. But we verified that doesn't impact me because it's Material UI. Switch from Jest to Vitest. Ooh. Spicy. Okay, so I see no really big red flags. So let's go ahead and continue on the idea of an upgrade. I taught myself JavaScript, React, TypeScript, Node, and Next, but the junior job requirements are crazy. I'm telling you, the job search is its own skill set. You can be the best programmer in the world, and if your resume is not well made, if your portfolio is not well made, if you're not executing social networking, if you're not following etiquette at interview time, if you haven't prepped leak code, if you haven't done the job search steps, it doesn't matter actually how good you are at React. Like no one's gonna know. You need to not just be a good programmer, but you need to convey that effectively to the market. So it's its whole own skill set. But kudos to you for teaching yourself to code. That's no easy thing. So now let me remember how to upgrade. I think I just install over the existing install. Blitz upgrade. There should be an existing discussion. So here I'm on Blitz.js Blitz. Let me go to the discussions. Let me look for Vanderveer. How to update a Blitz application. This is the one. Cool. So this is how to upgrade. At least it was as of August, so I don't think it's changed. And basically you install over the existing app, Blitz new my app. So my application is stopped. I'm going to change my branch, git checkout main. Git fetch origin main. Git reset hard origin main. Git push, and I expect it says everything's up to date. Hello, hello, 1, 2, 3. Oh, S8 none. Cherry MX clears, not sure what you mean. S8 none, I'm good with leak code problems, algorithms, etc. But I have issues with OOP and patterns when developing an actual app. What to do? Well, One thing you could do is just don't use OOP. Like, you don't need OOP. I mean, unless you're like specifically a Java developer. Like for some languages you need OOP, but for TypeScript you don't. For Python you don't. Obviously for something like Clojure, I don't think you do. So basically you can avoid OOP as one solution to your problem. But let's say that you do want to follow OOP. I would get with an opinionated framework that forces you into OOP. Let's see, would that include Laravel? Rails. I hate to suggest Rails. You might want to use Rails. Maybe Laravel or Rails. Oh, it's the keyboard. I forgot what I think it's Trezor. I forgot what this keyboard is called. Create a tracker app or whatever. That's not a bad idea. And I don't think you need OOP to get a job, to be honest with you, unless you're like a Java developer. Let me double check. Is Laravel itself is object oriented? Yeah, so I think if you use the code generation from Laravel, it will build it in an OOP way. Don't hold me to that. I haven't used it in a while. Cool. Yeah, so I would probably, I don't know, Java is like my favorite OOP language, but I don't think it's a good learning language. Like, I don't like the way that Java is taught, and I'm not aware of any particularly good courses on it. How did I learn Java? Just on the job, like by getting into commercial code bases and starting by building tests. I was able to understand, and I already knew MVC ahead of time. I think that would be the advice that I would give. If you're trying to get into OOP, learn MVC first, because in a situation like Java, you need to know both concepts, and if you can break it apart and learn them one at a time, that would be easier. So I would start with TypeScript, go full stack, learn MVC. You can learn MVC on TypeScript, and then you can add OOP after that. You can do OOP in TypeScript if you want. Like there's Nest, N-E-S-T, Nest.js, which is not a particularly good framework, but it uses classes. But I would get out of TypeScript world if you want to learn real OOP, because we hack it. Like we don't really do OOP in TypeScript. You would want to get into Java or maybe PHP and Laravel. Okay, so let's do this. Here I am going to CD up a level so that I can install over the Welephant folder. I'm going to Blitz uninstall, hold on, yarn-g uninstall. Let me yarn help. What is it? Is it remove? I think it might be yarn remove. Yeah. Yarn-g remove Blitz. Okay, that didn't work. So let me npm global. Is it also -g? I think it's also -g. npm uninstall -g blitz. It says it succeeded. Let me blitz help, and I expect that it should say like this doesn't exist now. Cannot find help. Okay, so Blitz still responded, which means the global removal failed. Maybe I'm forgetting how to uninstall. Yarn remove, I think you don't need the G flag, at least with yarn. Okay, so let's try to yarn remove Blitz. Yeah, that did not work. That did not work because it's globally installed. Oh, is it yarn global? Yarn global remove Blitz? Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. And now it doesn't exist. Okay. If you installed globally, you probably need to use sudo to uninstall. No, that's not the case. I'm on Windows anyway. You just need the global keyword. I was using the -G flag, but it's not a flag, it's a keyword, which I forgot. Okay, so we want to yarn global Blitz. That's it. We basically want to get the latest version. Yarn global add Blitz. So we uninstalled the version we had. We are installing the latest. I'm expecting the latest is subversion 12, right? Main, I'm coding in a class. It's a motherfucker, SMH. I never liked it in school. I think I took one programming class in school, and that was enough for me. I hated it. I don't like the way it's taught in university. You got to learn by doing things that you actually care about. Like, I'm building this application because it's going to help my family and my mom. We're really going to use it. It's going to be fun. You know what I mean? Not because like I'm studying like assembly bogus stuff that doesn't matter. Okay, so let's check if I have Blitz now. Yeah, I got beta subversion 12. We can see right there. So we're looking good. Why not do yarn global upgrade? That might have done the same thing. I don't know. They might be equivalent. So now I want to blitz new Welephant. And this is going to override my existing app. It's going to override the whole application. And make sure I have no active changes. I don't. I have active changes on other repositories. Let me minimize those. That might be confusing. So we can see here in the Welephant repository, I have no active changes, right? So let's do this. It's going to revert a bunch of my stuff, and then I'm going to have to basically resolve conflicts and go like one by one and undo. TypeScript, we want to do full, I guess, yarn, React hook. I think I used React hook. Let me double check. React hook form, yeah. Has conflicts, what do you want to do? For env, let's skip it. Change password TS. I guess I'm going to overwrite all these and manually review. Because really I want to show changes, but I don't want to use the command line to see the changes. Instead of remove and add, yeah, I think I already answered that. They might have been the same. Pancake Wizard, thank you for the follow. Hey, quick reminder, if you go over to YouTube or Twitch, you can see the whole screen. Thanks for being here. Please follow the page, like the video. You can check my TikTok bio if you want to learn to code. Hit me up if you need career advice, like if you're already a programmer but you need career advice. Whatever the case might be. What language? This is TypeScript. TypeScript today. Hi. Night. AOL Instant Messenger followed the host. That's a flex. How was it?
Excellent.
Cool.
Food and the park.
All right, so the installation is done. And one thing that I don't like, you see how it says sync changes? So Blitz auto commits. So I'm going to git log -1. Oh, let me cd into Welephant. So I'm going to cd into Welephant. I'm going to git log -1. You can see it committed the brand new Blitz app. What I'm going to do is Control-C, copy the SHA. I'm going to git reset -- soft, paste that. I think I might have needed to go, yeah, sorry, I need to go back 2 steps before this auto commit. So back where I was before the update, I'm going to git reset soft, paste that, and basically my git is back where it was, and it shows me the staged differences now. And I need to look through these one by one. So the git ignore is removing Vercel, but I want to keep Vercel, so let's undo that. Next env is doing something there, that's fine, I don't care. Package JSON, we are updating all of our beta versions from 2 to 12, that's great. React hook form got upgraded, bunch of really good stuff here. Do I see anything destructive? I do not. This appears to be pure upgrades and insertions, so we'll keep that. What's your PC spec? I don't know, it's garbage. I have a garbage PC, it doesn't matter though. Like, you don't need an awesome PC to be a programmer. Some of this stuff got moved around. Oh, they moved where the user hook is. That's cool. I think almost all of that is fine, but I want to keep my little explainer about Welephant itself. So I'm going to right-click, close to the right. I'm going to Control-P, fuzzy type Welephant, readme, open that up. Control-A left to go to the top of the file, enter twice, Control-V. Cool. And basically just what is a white elephant gift exchange, and just describe that. Save it. Otherwise we're good. So let me go over here to the changes. Adding this, git ignore, dropping this. You can code on an iPad using Cloud IDE. This is true. Factual. tsconfig, that's fine. Session removed views, I guess. Fine, I don't know. The yarn log file changed, okay. Package.json within Vercel changed. That's kind of weird. I kind of thought this folder should be like ignored. Oh yeah, no, this folder is supposed to be ignored, but because they reverted adding Vercel to git ignore, they're checking in changes undesirably. So good thing we checked. We can check in the VS Code launch JSON. I mean, that's fine. Oh, you know what? I might have been the one that added that, like to Vercel. Welephant cookie prefix. I think that's fine. This I don't want to revert. Let's see. Let's see. Labeled text field. Are we getting the error on that? Close field. Yeah, see, we're getting an error on that. The user hook over there, that's fine. It reverted my schema, so I want to undo that for sure. Keep file, I don't need the keep file. 7 Dale says hi, what's up, what's up? Changed my app file, what changed? Get layout, so we added this get layout wrapper. I think that's fine. Changed where the current user hook is, that's good. Index.test, so we added a test file, we love that. Utils. Okay. That looks fine to me. Okay, so let's drop these things that we don't want, and then we'll be good to proceed. Undo, undo, discard all 3 files. Cool. So let's recommit now. And this is, you call this a chore or a feature. I'm going to call it a chore, and that is a Blitz upgrade. How is hard coding for new learning, especially for one who is 40? How hard is coding? Oh, yeah, I agree. I agree with the officially real me that it's not really hard, and it depends on your commitment level. Yeah, I think that's right. I will say it depends on, like, if you pick the wrong course, or like it can be hard. Basically, it depends on. I think it depends on the quality of your learning material. I think that's going to be a big factor. So, depends on your commitment level. It also depends on the quality of your learning material. If you're stuck in tutorial hell watching low quality YouTube videos, you're going to have a bad time. But can you use coding to create cryptocurrency projects? Yeah, you can. I mean, everyone wants to do that, right? You can. Third Web is, if you're in TypeScript world, I'd recommend use Third Web, thirdweb.com. I've used them. I have a Third Web project. It's pretty easy. They make it really easy. I mean, I think crypto is generally overrated, but if you're going to do crypto and TypeScript, check out Third Web. Cool, so all of these things, and then we'll git push. All right, let me check my branch, git branch, whatever. I'll just go ahead and push it right on the main. So we'll git push. I could have made a feature branch if I was like following good practices, but since I'm a terrible person, I don't care. Hey man, tell a good places to learn from coding. Free Code Camp, if you don't want to pay anything out of pocket, and Codecademy, if you're willing to pay. Those are my top 2 recommendations, in addition to a quality coding bootcamp. So you can check out coursereport.com to find a quality coding bootcamp. And then also latterly.io or latterly.teachable.com, which is where I teach people to code, link in my bio. The Odin project, I'm really not big on the Odin project. It includes stuff that you don't need. It's less well known compared to Free Code Camp, for example. I mean, it's fine if you just want like a big list of places, but I tend to keep the list small because I would recommend, like, I think it's confusing to recommend like 10 sources. So I would cross Odin Project and W3 schools off the list, although they're fine. Like, if you find something over there and it helps you, use it. It's not like they're sus or anything. It's just like, if it's on your resume, it's not the best. Like, you can do better. Reset password. Did you start a new live? I did not. This is the same live. So it's saying that the mutation failed. I'm going to quickly double check if it is my database connection causing the issue, if the upgrade basically reset my connection URLs. So I still have my same connection URLs. There's test and there's runtime. They look good to me. Let's try and Blitz Prisma Studio. Let's check the studio. I use Udemy to learn stuff. I mean, cool if it works for you. I wouldn't recommend that to other people. The problem with Udemy is like Udemy is not a course. Udemy is like a marketplace of a ton of courses. So Udemy can really become like a way to get into tutorial hell. Like it's almost saying like use YouTube. You can do that. I mean, but like if you put it on your resume, like I learned to code from YouTube, like that doesn't impress anybody. But if it gets you the skills and then you build an awesome portfolio, that can impress people. Yeah, I have a bunch of courses because I can't find what I need in YouTube. That's true. I mean, if you compare Udemy to YouTube, there are some better courses. And there's the Udemy ratings, right? That's cool. So you can get like a top rated course. So yeah. Let's check the user. I want to make sure that I already exist here. Yep, I do. So that means that we connected. Cool. Let me pay you versus learning for free. It's a little more than that because you pay for quality, right? So like YouTube doesn't have ratings. They used to have thumbs up and thumbs down, and you could kind of rate if you did the ratio. And if it was like 1,000 likes and 1 dislike, you knew it was pretty good. But they hid the dislikes. So now learning on YouTube is even more sus than it used to be. And it was already pretty sus, if we're honest. Like some people would get a ton of likes and their video wasn't very good. It was just that they were like well marketed or something, or entertaining maybe. I joined laterally. I'm a beginner. I hope to find good stuff from you. Yeah, I look forward to chatting with you. This terminal is sticking for a while. I'll show you a trick. Okay, it unstuck. You could basically trash the whole terminal and start a new one if your terminal sticks, but this finally released. Okay, what I want to do now, we verified that the studio works. I can try the runtime if I want, but I'm just going to go for Blitz run test. Cannot find module run. And Blitz test doesn't work either. So I can yarn test then. Thank you for the follow. There's a Chrome extension, but it's not super accurate. Okay, I mean, I guess that's better than nothing. What language is this? TypeScript. Fireship.io, Traversy Media, Web Dev Simplified, and Dev Ed should be your daily watch. Yeah, some of those are pretty good. Traversy, I mean, yeah, those are all good recommendations, actually. I will +1 all of those. So this test is failing. I don't know why. Does not throw if user doesn't exist. Let's check this test. What's going on? I don't know. I don't know why this doesn't work. Does not throw if user doesn't exist. So this user doesn't exist, so I guess it is throwing. Here is where the error is occurring. So it's saying that there's a database connection issue, basically. But we just connected to the database and it was fine. In name one is typed and another is dynamic. Oh, they're talking about the difference between JavaScript and TypeScript. Let's see. Let's check GitHub. I want to know if that file changed with the upgrades. This is forgotpassword.test within the app auth mutations folder. So here we refresh this. I'm on main, but I don't see. Oh, okay. Let me push no verify. So that skipped the test. I think the test stopped me from pushing. So 11 minutes ago, now we can see the Blitz upgrade. So now I'm looking in test. No, I'm not. I'm looking in app auth mutations. Forgot password test. What I want to know is, did this change in the upgrade that I just did? The answer is no. The answer is it did not change. Bob, thank you for the follow. Getting a bunch of follows. Thanks, y'all. Claire Bear, good to see you here. Okay, so let's check the Blitz.js GitHub. This could be an issue in my code, but I just want to check, like, if I upgraded and I didn't change any code and it's erroring now, then that's kind of an indication that it could be on the framework side, right? So before I sink a lot of time in it, I want to check on the framework side. So let's just see, forgot password. On a new project, the forgotten password option does not work. Opened 26 days ago, which would make it, you know, between the Blitz version that I was on and the one I just upgraded to. Yep, so they're on beta 3. They're saying it may be a Windows-specific issue. Could be a problem with where it stores the files. Happy Oktoberfest. Good luck. Thank you so much. See you later. they got received true for a non-Boolean attribute global. Let me see if I can just run the app, I guess. I said that I was going to try to do the tests, but I want to see this. Center Rose, thank you so much. What's a party app? Check out the GitHub, and you can check the README. So a white elephant gift exchange wish list and party app tool. You can hover your mouse, click it. It'll explain what is a white elephant gift exchange. Basically, you surprise each other. You surprise each other with presents, and you don't know who got you what. Cool, so the app works. Let's sign up. Email is already being used. Okay, cool. Let's log in. Credentials are invalid. Cool. All right, so it logged me in. So the database is totally working fine. So these are all being stubbed out. So it makes me think that like, is a stub breaking something? Ooh, forgot passwords.ts. Did this one change? So we checked if the test file changed, and the answer was no. But if the implementation changed, then maybe the test file needs to change, right? App auth mutations, forgot passwords. App auth. None of these changed under here. You can see the dates are from months ago. Okay. Let's see what that test error is again. So it's giving the line number, but it doesn't say anything. So let's log it out. Just do a try catch. Are you a one-man team on this app? Yep. What database are you using? Supabase or Welephant SQL? And is Welephant SQL a flavor of Postgres? I'm using Welephant SQL. Yes, it is Postgres. What language? TypeScript? That's correct. We TypeScript up in here. Okay, so I'm getting error 1. Wow, that is so not useful. Boo, 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 boo. Error 1, really? Let's do mocha run one test only. Yeah, I can do dot only. Let me do these one at a time. It did not respect the dot only. Oh, I'm using just. That's why I'm not using Mocha. Okay, so just. How to run a single test using just. Well, they say that I can it.only, but it wasn't working. Let me try test.only instead of it.only. Oh, it's running other files. Okay. Okay. Reset password, forgot password. Gotcha. So if I yarn test this file, it should run one. No test found. Let me try it.only. Oh, it's you see the pattern. It's using the wrong pattern because that is Windows style. I need to copy the bash. I need to copy the bash syntax. Copy path Linux style. Okay, you see it found the forgotten password file that time. One passed, one total. Okay, so when I run that test in isolation, it seemed to work. Maybe control plus / the file. Oh, to zoom in? All right. Is that easier to see? Okay, so what's happening here? Unique constraint failed on the field's email. Okay. Okay, so it's saying that I already have a user in my database, which I very well may. Like, it may have been created previously. So one way to solve this is to manually clear the database. That is kind of janky. I'd rather like clear test users. So I want to do a before. I don't want to do it before each, I want to do it before all. And really I want to do this before all of my tests, not just the tests in this file. But I guess we'll start with the tests in this file. Really I want to do like before just runs. Let's do this for now, and then we can move it if we need to. So this is going to be a DB create. I don't want to do a create. I want to get. So I'm going to clear the try catch that I built, and I'm going to wipe test users NA before all. So I want to user.delete. And I want to delete by email. And I don't care about the tokens. So I guess there should be delete where. Cool. It's a pretty cool project, free too. Thanks, yeah, I like to think so. Control plus A, then control slash, you cannot fill, okay. Comment them all out. Yeah, not going to, thanks though. Cool. All right, so we're going to wipe the test users, which is really just one user at the moment. And then I should not be getting a unique key failure on the user. Foreign key constraint failed on this field. Oh, dude, see, just like my database user, my database state is bad now. Okay, so I'm going to manually, Blitz Prisma. I'm going to go manually clear those tokens. It would be better if they were automatically handled. I'm going to leave the user, but I'm going to delete the token. So we're going to delete one record. This is the token record. You can see token tab. We're going to delete that, delete it, delete this, delete it. You are about to delete the second record permanently. Bam. It's like the deletion failed. Let me inspect. I'm looking at my Chrome console over there on the other side. This is so it found all these tokens. I don't see any tokens in there, so I'm not sure why it's showing up right here. Count failed for model wish list. Count request failed for model wish list. Okay, so it's logging the query, but it doesn't give me the result right there. That's fine. Commit actions, and the commit actions are empty. Have you used Cypress before? Yeah, Cypress is great. Big fan. All right, so this Prisma Studio is not working, so that sucks. Okay. Let me kill the studio, and I will go into Welephant SQL, and I will delete this token over here. So token, just get all the tokens. Here's the only token. And I want to we're going to label the token T, where T.id is 2, and I want to delete my where clause is not working. Can I not put the where after the limit? Is that the issue? Okay, so we can select it. Let's delete. Delete from table where condition. Delete, oh, because I didn't use from. All right. Cool, all right, so that works. So now let's select all the tokens, and it should be empty. Tokens are empty. And now this stupid test should pass. It is pretty sus that, like, these are not just unit tests. These are not just unit tests. Because it's connecting to a database, which is kind of sus, right? So apparently both of these failed, so let's select this now. Still got no tokens. It's like my before all is not even running. My debugger didn't work. Just hard code the test to pass. Not gonna happen. Thanks for the suggestion. I guess I didn't run from the debugger over here. Yeah, Blitz debug server side Welephant. Okay. Sure, I guess that. This is going to run the server, isn't it? Yeah, I don't want to do this. This is going to run the server. Oh, that time it did run the before all, and it failed in the before all that time. Operation failed because it depends on one or more records that were required but not found. Record to delete does not exist. That's fine. So I'll call this maybe user. So it should be find unique. Okay, so maybe user is user or null. And then if user. Probably good start. Let's try this. And then let me also try that debugger in there. is already running. Do you want to start another instance? Oh, yeah, let me kill the existing one. Do a new one. Wouldn't you want to delete maybe user if that's equal to the find unique return? No, because it could be null. That's why it's a maybe. You see how it's user or null? So we only want to delete it if there's actually a user there. We don't want to run delete on a null. That would be not useful. So you see currently it's a null. So we're going to just step over. Does that make sense? Why are you just typing any kind? Okay, so we got the debugger to work. Praise the Lord. If I go over to the debug console, let me clear this. And if I step over, boom. It should say foo. Why did I not get a foo right here? Do I have a foo on my terminal? No foo for me. No foo at all. Zero foo. Where my foo at? Foo. That ain't good. The fallback method for database resets failed, meaning migrate could not clean up the database entirely. Original error. Okay, so this is the await db.reset is what was failing, and now we know why. This is the reason why. Must be owner of view PG stat statements. Is this coding or are you just making any kind? It's in the if, so if it gets there, it wouldn't be null. It's in the if, so if it gets there, it wouldn't be null. I'm not sure exactly what you're suggesting. Are you suggesting I should do this? Is that the idea? That's not a thing. Maybe I don't understand what you're saying. Foo is behind bars. Yeah. What programming language is that? I think Ajax, I think the answer is just the ORM that I'm using, that's not a thing. I think that's the only reason. I think you're like thinking of a different ORM which would allow that syntax, and this one doesn't. So I'm using Prisma. I probably don't understand the return on the find unique. It is a user model. It's a user instance, rather. But in this ORM, the user instance doesn't have a prototype delete method. I think that's the point of confusion. Okay, so this is the problem. Let me take a screen cap of this. This is what we got to solve. Bow. So this is a Sql permission issue on my Welephant SQL. I see. I use Laravel a lot in PHP, and that's how we usually do it. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I think if you look earlier in the stream, like I even tried to do it, and then it was like, that's not a method. And I was like, oh, oops. Because a lot of ORMs let you do that, right? Okay, so let's stop this. I'm going to get rid of the debugger, get rid of the console.log. That's all working fine. And I guess we're going to just keep trying this test until we're going to like have to tweak the permissions until we get the error to stop. So what will I tweak first? I mean, the first thing I can do is owner of view PG stat statements. So this user that I have is this. So this is the database. Who is my user right now? Okay. Let's go to Welephant SQL GUI. And my user is this one. This is my user. Is next auth taking over or what? I mean, a lot of people use it. I'm not currently using it though. Maybe it is. Maybe you know something I don't. Hey, good to see you here though, Text Autoglass. By the way, and thanks for over the 4,000 likes, over 40 viewers. If you go over to my YouTube or my Twitch, same username, you can see the full screen. You'll be able to see, and also my big honking nose you'll be able to see. So check it out. Thank you for the likes. Share it if you or someone you know is interested in learning to code. If you like just hanging out with other developers, I mean, that's legit as well, right? But probably y'all should go check out the YouTube and the Twitch. Glad I landed on this feed. That's awesome. That makes me super happy. Okay, so we're coming over here. And basically my user needs more permissions is what it seems like. We're gonna do the unthinkable. We're gonna grant all. We're gonna grant all. F it. What is my user's name? VKVUNYAV. Oop. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, says we got a success there. Oh no. Please do not do this if you are working on a commercial application. This is a toy application. It's the only, for a hobby project, that's the only reason I'm doing this. Sukatan, I don't know if I said that right. Sukantien, g'day. G'day to you as well. Where are you coming in from? Yeah, hey, let me know in the chat. It could be because Postgres is not open for localhost. I'm not using localhost. Oh, Postgres is not open for localhost. You know what, my friend? You could be right. ZX Sword XZ. You could totally be right about that. Let's check that out. Firewall. Only available on dedicated plans. So, again, on a commercial app, you'd be doing different things. You would be paying money to people, and you'd have more features and security and things. I'm cheap, so I can't even look at my own firewall settings. So you're right. Maybe it's blocking localhost, but now that it has all the permissions, one would think it would be good to go. So let's run the test again. Hey, let me know in the chat where y'all are from. U.S. If you're in the U.S., East Coast, West Coast, Central. If you're not US, what country are you from? I'm curious. We got over 50 people watching across different channels. Run it in a container. That's actually a pro tip, honestly. But then Docker on Windows is not the most fun experience either. So this is still having issues, it seems. So, is this the same issue? Let me clear this. Yeah, it looks like I'm still having the same issue, even though I granted all the things. Fallback method for database resets failed, meaning migrate could not clean up the database entirely. Did you see React announcement? Huge change coming soon. What's up, Omar? Are you talking about the native support for async await? From New Jersey, what up, what up? US South Louisiana, represent. We love it. Yee, from Florida, senior C# full stack developer. Welcome. Love to see it. Thank you for being here. 93 plus people watching. If you check out the YouTube or the Twitch, you'll be able to see the full screen. Just search the same username. I sometimes see errors are just symptoms of the problem, not the actual problem. That is 100% true. That's called bad error logging, and it's very common, and it's really problematic. And Prisma is pretty bad at it, I gotta tell you. Prisma ORM, the error logging is like sometimes really confusing. Okay, so let's search this, but I don't really have high hopes. The solution is to create a shadow database. Wow. Cloud-hosted shadow databases must be created manually. This feels like this is not going to solve the problem, but I guess I'll give it a shot. Have you tried debugging step by step to see how the variables change per line? We kind of did that earlier. Basically, the problem is within this third-party method. It's this database reset call, and the problem is a SQL permissions problem. It's not actually a code problem. It's a SQL permissions problem. I love these lives. Great to hear it. Blitz is doing what TRPC is doing. Yeah, I think Blitz is actually talking to TRPC about using TRPC. Switch to something else and it'll be fixed. Oh, one thing I can do is maybe comment the DB reset. This is kind of like a janky workaround, but I guess it would be fine for now. Wait, are you calling a method of whatever DB is that's supposed to be there, the reset method? Is reset a method? It is. Reset is a method. I can debug it and prove it if you want me to, but it is. The problem was not that the method was not defined. The problem was that I don't have SQL permission. Okay, so let's clear this. What? All right, whatever. Okay. Yeah, so now it passes. I think never seen a method with $1 in the name. Ah, yeah, you're the Laravel person, right? Welcome to JavaScript world. We use dollars all the time. For demo, I always used something simple like SQLite and then scale up. Yeah, I agree with you. We're already past that point though, because I'm like, yeah, I was using SQLite months ago. We want to deploy this into production. It's actually already deployed into production. So I can't use SQLite at this point. It's a good point though. The Blitz framework, by the way, uses SQLite by default. So it agrees with your opinion. Okay, so this worked, I guess, sort of the naive thing to do is like go through all of these and just comment all the DB resets. This is super jank. But I'll do it for now. We want to look in Welephant. I'm in the mainframe. Wait. You're literally in the mainframe? Or you just like work with mainframes? Are you in the computer? Is this Zoolander? Reset password seemed to fail. Forgot password doesn't throw error if user doesn't exist. Foreign key constraint failed on the field token. Okay. So whenever I clean up the user, I need to cascade to all of its tokens. Where what's on the token model? So let's look at the token model. And then it has the user ID. Yeah, okay. So I can do by user ID. Cool. So we will manually fix this one more time, but in the future, it should cascade down to the tokens as well. The rub is that if you create tables and schemas outside the default public schema, this grant won't apply to them. Let me try granting this too. Maybe that would be, I'm not in that community. All right. VKV UNYAV. VKV UNYAV. Relation database does not exist. Grant all privileges on public. The relation public does not exist. What is my list of schemas? So I have these three. So maybe if I do PG catalog information schema. Okay. Yeah, check this out. So even I don't have permission on that table. And this is the same thing. This is the same thing it was complaining about. Okay. What are you trying to do? Postgres is the best. Yes, it is. What I'm trying to do is get my test to pass, and they are having a Sql permission issue. Maybe the solution is to not use Welephant SQL, because I didn't have this problem with Postgres. These are like all sus locations. All right, this is a rabbit trail. I can do this some other time. Maybe I should be using render. Yeah, probably render. Maybe render. Okay, so I was going to go and delete the tokens by hand. So delete from where their ID is 4. Cool. Over 5,000 likes. Thank you all so much. So forgot passwords, passes. And the second time around it failed. Why is that? It's failing again on the foreign key constraint. Why does it matter that the foreign key constraint failed? Okay, so I'll move this into a before each, I guess. Maybe it's getting created between runs or something. Okay. So I want to run this twice and have it pass both times. Are you trying to delete a record that will cause others to be an orphan? Not intentionally. I'm not intentionally trying to do that. Foreign key constraint failed on. Maybe I need to delete the token first. Okay, we got it to pass once. Let's see if we can get it to pass twice in a row. Hey, okay. So it seems like I had to delete the tokens first. Yeah, so maybe I was orphaning something. I don't know. I should just be able to use this DB reset thing. So this is one of two files giving trouble. Reset password mutation works correctly. Expect true to be true. That's awesome. Best test ever. So this is going to create the user at example.com. So I guess I want to make a test utility. So this will be delete example user. Put DB in here as an argument. I guess I can not pass it as an argument. What are you building today? A white elephant gift exchange tool. Okay, so we have that over here. Now let's put it also over here. Okay, let's still do the single test. TS React is a great choice in North American job markets. I agree. Okay, so this thing keeps working. So I think we're pretty confident that forgot passwords and isolation is working. Cool. Now I want to just get all the tests together to work. So let's see about that. We got one run successful. Let's try one more. Two runs successful. Great. Okay, so I think at this point it's committable. Here we will say, I'm not going to do it there. I'm going to do this in the command line so that I can see the Husky output. So we'll say git commit -m fix test reset or test cleanup. Okay. We're going to be wrapping up the stream soon, so please follow if you want to get informed next time around. On my channel, I also do a bunch of like programming related jokes. Hopefully you get a kick out of that. And I teach people to code, and I give tips for landing jobs. Check the link in my bio if you want to book a call with me for personalized learning to code, then job seeking advice, career advice, even if you already have a job, maybe you're trying to get to the next level. All those things. And then also, I also have open source curriculum. You can check it out yourself. That's ladderly-slides. On GitHub, ladderly like a ladder, LADDERLY-slides. Again, that's open source. It's Hacktoberfest. Feel free to contribute. Contributions welcome. Vue or React. We're currently using React. Thanks for all the follows. Cool, so we passed Husky, we pushed. Stuff is looking good over here. Now I want to go to my settings and change the token to use the new Welephant. So environment variables, this is the database URL. We are going to edit. And that is the no longer true value. Let me take this off the screen so when I put the real value, y'all don't swipe it. Details, this is the one. Save that. Updated successfully. Okay. Now we'll go to deployments. Do you write unit tests for React components? Absolutely. What makes React great over other frameworks? React's not a framework, it's a rendering library. That's one of the things that's nice about it, is that it's smaller, so you're not getting a bunch of stuff you don't need. It's less opinionated, so you can do what you want more easily. Compare this with like Angular, where there's a very well-defined way to do everything, and you get a bunch of stuff even if you don't need it. Although they've gotten better with the Bazel compiler since like version 11 or whatever it was. But the biggest reason of all is just jobs. It's where the jobs are at. Like if the jobs were somewhere else, I would recommend something else, probably. Are you a hacker? No. Can you show the API key? Nah. Easy to use, short learning curve. Yep, I agree with that. Okay, so here is the latest deployment. We might need to redeploy this. I'm not sure if it used the new DB environment variable. Let's visit. It immediately goes down. get current user fails. So this was like the whole reason that we upgraded, is we thought upgrading would fix get current user. Let me just double check my environment variables. Yep. So how can I ensure that this is being used? That's what I need to ensure. I could include the tests in my build pipeline. Is that already being done? No. Let's see, to view the build logs, building, running checks, check the integration. That's sick. That's awesome. Please, where can I buy good SMTP? I don't know. Thank you for the info. Have to give React a try. Cool. How long until programming can be done 99% without human interaction by AI? It's going to be a long, long time, like decades. If you learn enough of React, you will come to hate it, and then you will move on to Next.js, which is structured. I mean, this is true, but like, they're different things, right? Like React is a rendering library, Next.js is a framework. So like, you need React. You need Next.js. Like, you really shouldn't just be using React by itself. Like, you can learn it, but then if you're actually trying to build a production app, you don't want to just use React. Like, that's not a good idea. When should I use Next versus Create React App? Create React App is a toy for people who are learning. Bad network didn't get the SMTP answer. The answer is I don't know. I don't know where to get SMTP. I think I use GoDaddy for my email, but not because they're awesome, just because, I don't know, it's easily accessible. So you should almost always use Next is the answer for any production app. Oh, SendGrid is legit. Yeah, no, that's a good point. If you want to do like bulk emailing for your application. Should I always use Next to build a production-ready web app? In 2022, I think the answer is basically yes. In the future, that might change, right? In the future, you might want something else. But for now, I think that's my general advice, yeah. Are you working on a web app? Yes. So it doesn't run tests in my build. How does it actually decide what to run over here? Do I have like a Vercel thing? So I have a Vercel project JSON. I don't know. So is that, should I look over here? Let's see, Vercel will automatically run the tests before deploying as configured in the yarn build command. Okay, so it's in the yarn build command. So yeah, let's do I need to specify yarn? I guess I need to specify yarn, huh? Okay. So this will be a chore. Vercel run tests before deploying, before build. Okay. Java and C# is my go-to for backend work. That's cool. I'm cool with Java. Node.js, yeah, I like Node.js. I hate that every React project has a different file order and structure. That's why Next.js is fire. Agree with that. If you think Next.js is cool for that, check out Blitz. It's on top of Next, and it's even more opinionated. That's what I'm actually using here, by the way. When I do like Blitz dev, or like Blitz Prisma Studio, etc. Got my first new grad job. Congrats. Way to go. Please, I have issues linking my website to a movie API using Express, Node, and Create React. Sorry to hear that. I guess if you want me to help you fix it, check out the link in my bio and book a call. Oh, I will be wrapping up soon. First of all, just because like we're basically done, but also because I hear my little one whining, getting up from there now. Ayo, if I send you my coding project, will you do it for me? I mean, maybe. Like I'm not into like cheating on your homework or whatever, but I can help you. And then also, if you want to just like pay me to build you something, like I do that, but I'm not cheap. So hit me up. I mean, thanks, Will Check. Cool. Cores maybe is this problem. Could be. Are you allowed to talk about what type of project it is? Is it a home project or for work? Are you talking to me or are you talking to Claire? I mean, I can talk about this all day, but maybe you're talking to Claire. I'm not sure. So let's check out this build. So here's yarn test. Looks like it passed. It passed all the tests. And if it passed all the tests, to me that indicates that it is connecting to the database successfully. He's talking to me. Yeah, so this is an open source application, Welephant. I'm making it for my mom, basically. It's a white elephant gift exchange wishlist in party tool. Check out the README. Like, is this web app a project of yours or something for work? It's like a personal project. You can go check it out right now. It's open source. Throw me some stars on that bad boy. Thank you for all the likes. Okay, so we're closing these. Deployment looks done. And let's go to the URL. Okay, so like it's immediately failing out. Is Discord okay to chat with you on? Yeah, sure. Hey, do you by chance need to send emails with this project of yours? At some point, yeah, but I'm not like in a rush for it. I think we just got some kind of package delivered. So it's still the get current user thing is failing, and I don't know why. Nice, make sure to check it with Sneak for vulnerabilities. Okay, so why is this happening? It connects to the database. Maybe I have a cookie problem. Let me delete my cookies. Maybe it's like remembering the wrong thing from months ago. Okay, well I have no cookies, so it's not bad cookies. Let's check local storage. Local storage linked 0, so it's not that. Is this HIDA using React? Yes, it is. Let's just look for Blitz get current user error. Let's look at the get current user file and see if anything sticks out. So, yeah, it's fine if it returns null, right? But it's not returning null, it's like erroring. So I need server logs is what I need. It's erroring, and it won't tell me why on the client. So basically I need to look at the server logs. Okay, so we're here on the server side. I think server logs, yeah, real-time logs. We'll see how useful they are. I haven't had much occasion on Vercel to use them in the past. So. Vercel gives you function logs. Yep, looking at them. Oh, awaiting new requests. Okay, let's do a new request. Bro. Datadog. Is there a free? Is there a free Datadog? That's kind of cool. So they have a free tier. All right, why not? Let's get some Datadog. Good luck. Thank you. Go to profile, whatever on your Datadog dashboard. Bold of you to think I have a Datadog dashboard. Okay. Get started free. You're not going to generate me a password? All right, y'all got my cell now, so don't spam me. Tell us about your stack. I use Vercel. Tra la 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 la. I mean, that's pretty much it, right? Like, I don't know, a few. Are you a manager? What's your first goal with Datadog? Find out why my Blitz app loads and immediately dies. Select your platform to see Agent 7 installation. I don't want to do this. I just want the profile organization settings API keys. Bow, bow, bow. Where's my profile actually? Okay. API keys. Okay, taking this off screen. Boom. Let's copy the. It just wants the key ID. Add data talk. Resume setup. Yeah. Okay. So got the key. Got it. Paste. And boom. Completing installation. Heck yeah. That's great. Cool. So now I have a monitor. Let's just go watch the events. An API key has been created. Cool. So get current user, we should see RPC get current user should be pinged. I don't know what the kind of like latency is, so we'll see. Then this is still not showing RPC Blitz JS. Does it know how to understand this endpoint? That's what I don't know. The provided value href oh, this is cool. Wow. Internal server error. That's not helpful. Oh, finally, here we go. Unhandled error during request. So basically my my get current user call is just not even being registered. It's not even being noted. API RPC Blitz. So this did ping. We did ping API RPC Blitz. It received undefined. And here it's even responding. It's responding with an empty object, but it is responding. So why is it not showing up here? I wonder if it's just lag. Because like I'm getting, or maybe it's because it's cached here. Am I getting a cached response? I'm getting a 400 empty cache and hard reload. Still getting a 400. Oh, that time I actually had an initiator. Look at that. Failed requests none. Like I'm very sus on these logs. Let me go over here. Promote to production. Oh, was it not actually in production already? Additionally, all environment variables defined for the production environment will be applied. Okay, let's promote to production. I didn't know that was a thing. I thought we already went through assigning domains, huh? These already, yeah, this already says production. So I promoted from production to production. That's kind of confusing. inspect deployment. Yeah, I want to inspect the deployment. So we know the environment variables are good here. What are you deploying? This is a web application. It's an application called Welephant. I don't know why it's giving request unavailable on the network channel. Try reloading the inspected page. I don't know why it's giving 400 on get current user. So there's something over here. This can say, it kind of does seem like a firewall thing, right? Is there a way to clean up after using, I get a bunch of too many connections, looking for something like this? Yeah, it could be like a connection issue on Elephant Sql. Okay, I wonder if there's a way I can refresh my connections or something. There's currently no open connections, it says. All right, well, that's been enough for this stream. I guess I need to investigate further. Maybe I need to change my provider. I'm really not sure. What stack? I'm using Blitz.js. So I'm really not sure. I guess the Supabase thing is still up, right? So let's try. Let's try switching back to Supabase. We know it has the issue where it will pause you after inactivity, but let's see if it connects in prod. So let me copy this. Oh, I actually already have the variable over here. Okay, so there is local, and let's switch over for the test. So make sure the test connection works first. Is that, I've already answered that question. Okay, so first we'll do the yarn test. We can also check if I can use the reset now that I've switched back over to this. So that works. Let me run it. Let me run it twice. Getting it to run twice is significantly more important than getting it to run once, because if it will fail to clean up, the second time will fail. Okay, so it worked. So now let's try the DB reset instead of using delete example user. Why are you still going, dude? All right, I'm gonna get rid of the terminal. Cool, so and we want to make sure it works twice, not just once. Maybe I can get rid of the delete example user thing. That'll be great. Let me, I don't want to get like too, kind of over eager. So it seems like we're facing a trade-off where Supabase handles the connection pooling better than an Welephant Sql, which allows us to use the DB reset. We don't have to do this delete example user workaround. That's all good. It doesn't have, so basically Welephant Sql has permission issues at the database level. So that's the trade-off. Welephant Sql is having permission issues at the database level, where it doesn't allow you certain high-level access, but it also has persistent up DB, where Supabase wants to pause you. Yeah, this is TypeScript. So that's a trade-off there, and I feel like the answer is I don't want either of those. I feel like the answer is I need a different database provider. Okay. But for the moment, we will check if at least not like if this even solves the production issue. Okay, so we go over here, we go to Welephant, settings, go to the environment variables. And edit. Save that different value. Now we go back to deployments, and I want to do a new deployment. With the same source code as your current deployment, but with the newest configuration from your project settings. Yes. I could also add a log statement to kind of echo the domain. Okay, so let's come up with a regular expression parsing that will echo bar.na. Echo regex would just be grep, wouldn't it? Yeah, said like that. Yeah, I can do grep. So this says it's pure bash string digit. What is echo domain DB in scripts? I'm trying to get it to tell me, to confirm at build time whether it's using Vercel or not. So this looks like the latest deployment is using Vercel, it seems. And deployment seems to have succeeded. But I'm still getting that error, yeah. Maybe I need to use the connection pooling URL. 6543. So here, settings, build command, install, development. Environment variables. I'm editing the environment variable to use the pooling port 6543. I'm guessing, this is very much a guess and check operation, I'm guessing that the issue might be due to connection pooling. So deployment, redeploy. You're about to deploy a new deployment with same source code, but newest configuration. And that is what I think that I want to do, provided that the environment variables are counted in the configuration, which is what I'm currently trusting, but I'm creating the echo DB domain script to prove it. Okay, so I think what I want to do is anything from the @ to anything until I hit a slash. So what does this do? I get @bar/na, right? Yeah, I think that's what I want. And so here I can yarn echo DB domain. Oh, what? Yeah, why did that have an issue? Why? Well, this is what I want to do, but for some reason it won't do it. It ran as an NPM script. Do you code for fun? Yeah. I consider this kind of fun, even though I'm kind of over it at this point, but I want to finish it out. Visit. Oh, no, still errors with the pooled port. Still errors. See if my Datadog has anything yet. Just reporting nothing at all. See if I can do this. Can I echo foo? Okay, so I can echo foo. Can I echo database URL? So I can echo database URL. It will not let me pipe grep is the issue. I think it's like mad about the slash, maybe. Okay, so I can't pipe crap. Well, I could write my own like node script to do that. That's kind of annoying. Let me revert these. One thing I will do is I'll put a note here. Note Supabase doesn't have this issue, but they will pause you. Okay, so here I will console.log the environment variable. Can you awk or cut? I don't know. What is it, dot match? Yeah. The regular expression would be what's the best website to use for practice? Practice coding? I like Codecademy. I am Leslie. What's up? What's up? Welcome. Code Academy? Yeah, almost. It's all one word though, Codecademy. Must start with the protocol, PostgreSQL or Postgres. Let's see. Is ENV like overriding or something? This is confusing. The same URL was just working, wasn't it? Invalid find unique. Error validating data source. So this is confusing to me, but okay, let's modify this. Something weird is going on. Now it's not respecting Elephant SQL or Supabase, like neither of them. And it's giving an error on the DB URL, which like I've been using this whole time. What are you making? Trying to make a pretty basic web app, but like it can't do anything. Having database connection issues. All right, well, I won't bore y'all with this any. You didn't close the bracket. Is that a joke? It's a pretty good joke. So can you connect from CLI no script? Let's try, I guess. Oh, I know. I exported something on my terminal. That's why. Okay, it's this terminal that's busted. Okay. Let me, so the export on my terminal is overriding my environment variables. I exported something on my terminal to test, and clearly that bit me. Okay, so let's open up a new terminal over here. How do you get good at this? I'm a freshman in comp sci. It's just practice. That's all it is. Also, bold of you to think that I'm good at it now. Yarn test. Yeah, see, now we passed. Okay, so let's go back over here and then so this will be Some people in my class know about Java, and I'm just starting out. That's okay. You got your whole life ahead of you. Take your time. You can always, I mean, hit the link in my bio if you ever want to have a call, but I think just patience, right? Okay, so here's the domain. Cool. So this will, if I log this out, this will confirm for me. And really, it doesn't need to happen here like every time. It can just happen, that's fine. So this will confirm whether I'm using the environment variable I expect or not. So what do I call this? I guess it's a chore. Cool, that's done committing. So now, a new build here is kicking off automatically. And I can confirm the domain is Supabase. Cool. So we're still failing out, whether we use Supabase or not. So it's not a connection pooling issue. I'm not sure. So I'll have to stew on it. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.